Okay, so this is a 16 channel NVR got from Nelly's. You can see it right there. 16 channel recorder for $100. And previously I was using Blue Iris and needed that computer for something else, and Blue Iris is pretty system intensive. So I got this, and so far it's working pretty well for my purposes. The motion recording isn't the best, but I have mostly Hikvision, however you pronounce that, cameras, and according to the website it says it has full motion compatibility with Dahua and other iServe cameras. So my motion detection problems is probably due to not using those cameras. It's pretty small, you can see, hand size. This is a IR sensor. It comes with a remote. Pretty basic. I haven't really used it much. It also comes with a mouse, and it's a very basic mouse. I mean, it's like a mouse from the dollar store. So I ended up using a wireless mouse from Amazon that I got for probably about $15. This is the back. An Ethernet connection. Pretty sure this is audio. I don't use audio. VGA, HDMI, USB 3.0 port. There's the 2.0 port for the mouse. And power in. Uses a regular wall wart that it comes with. So you buy this and it doesn't have a hard drive. You can see the cover's coming off because I took the screws off. There are two on each side. It just slides off. Now, as you can see, the insides, this is a really small circuit board and processor. So, I mean, Blue Iris requires a full computer, and a pretty powerful one at that. I mean, I have an i5 and running 7 cameras. It was using 40% CPU power. So now this is a regular 3.5-inch drive, and you can see on the circuit board there's a second SATA port. So I kind of wish you could have made this maybe a little bit bigger, or been able to be compatible with 2.5-inch drives. That way you can have 2 drives and have it mirrored. So when you install the hard drive, you have to screw it in, and it's a little bit tricky trying to get the 4 screws here through holding this and putting the drive into. The edges right here are pretty sharp, so it makes it uncomfortable to hold and makes it a little bit of a challenge to get that drive in. But if you have a third person to help you, that'd be great. Or second person, I mean, with third hand. There you go. Yeah, I remind myself because I forget what my IP address to all my devices are. Okay, so we're going to go over, I guess, some of the basic functionality of this thing. I don't have a screen capture device or HDMI capture device, so I got to set my camera up and point at a screen, so sorry about that. So this is the basic view. You can live view all your cameras. This is a 3x3 grid for 9 cameras. You can have 1, and you can go cycling through them. 4. I like this view probably the best, and you have the you have a primary large display, and you can see all the other ones. So normally, and then you can use your mouse to move the screens around like that. There's 16 if you have 16 cameras. So it's also, you right click to pretty much access anything. Over here on where you see channels, you right click on one of them and go to set, and then you can connect all your cameras by putting in information down here. It automatically detects what on-VIF cameras are in your network right here. There's a, so you go back here, right click, main menu, record, playback, PTZ, color settings, log out, full screen. So here, this is a PTZ camera. So you can adjust it. You can use the PTZ settings from here. And go to preset. So look in the main menu. Your alarm, you can set up the motion detection. Like I said earlier, with my Hikvision, Hikvision, however you pronounce it, it doesn't seem to work entirely well. You can set regions of where in the camera to detect motion, but I can only get to work with the whole image. I can't exclude parts of it. And sensitivity, for me, it doesn't seem like this affects anything. Again, for the cameras, if you use iServe cameras, I don't know how well this works with it. According to the website, it says it has full compatibility with iServe cameras, which would make sense since it's from the same company. So you can have it alarms to set, you know, like if it detects video loss from one of the cameras, alarm input. This is probably for that port that's on the back of the NVR itself. You can set record schedules for each camera. And schedule, record on motion detect. General system settings. Here's your time. Let's see, network, set your network settings. I like having my stuff on static IPs. Net services. Okay, so you can have it set to email you on an alarm trigger. Upload to FTP, and I guess B as a DDNS server. My router does all my dynamic DNS updates for me, and as far as I can tell, I don't think any of these net services work right now. I can't get the SMTP to connect, no matter which service. I've tried Gmail and Microsoft, Live Mail, and it won't ever connect, and I can't even get the FTP to connect on my local server. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. The UPnP, it doesn't work either. It doesn't automatically get the ports forwarded on my router. All my other UPnP stuff works. So I think this functionality is broken right now. I contacted Nelly's, and they're saying that they're going to talk to the manufacturer, see if they can get that resolved. Let's see what else is really important in here. There's nothing really. The 485 device and the serial ports I don't use. You can adjust the resolution to your output monitor. So 1024 by 768 all the way to 1920 by 1080. So VGA out. This is connected by HDMI right now. And that's pretty much for that screen. That's really all that. Advanced storage. I have a 2 terabyte drive in there right now. You can format. And all my cameras, except for 2 of them, are set on motion detect, and they've been up for probably about 4 weeks now? 3 weeks. And I've used about half of the 2 terabyte drive in storage. Accounts, you can create accounts to access Also, when you log on to try to get to this menu, you have to put in the admin user password, which you should have a good password to make it, for good security. But since this is really only mouse input only with on-screen keyboard, it can get a little tedious. So just some general information. Right now it's showing, you can see the bit rates for all the cameras and see how much network usage you're using. It has a log, so it shows logins from the mobile app, motion detection. There you go. You can look at playback here, so you can right click, go to playback, and you can search for past days and then on specific channels. So you can only search up to 4 at a time, and then each of these on the timeline down here, the red blocks are motion events. So let's see, on 29, let's see, it's searching for 1 through 4. Let's see the motion events going. You can synchronize them across the 4 you're looking at, but it doesn't seem to work very well with motion trigger events, because instead of just displaying a black screen where there's nothing, I don't know. I haven't really played with it that much, and I can't really get it to see how the sync behaviors actually works. But the easiest thing for me is just to go through and look at all the individual cameras and find out where it is. And as you can see, there doesn't seem like anything's going on right now, but that's that motion triggering. So I guess it might be shadows or something. And you exit out, and you right click and go up window. There you go. You can also go on your live view, you can also hit full screen here. So there you go. There, that's all I got for that. And my washer's going crazy.